Fall is almost finished, but it's leaving behind a parting gift on your yard.
That's right. Whether you tackle them with a rake or a leaf blower, it is time to clean up those leaves. But we got a lot of tips to make the job just a little easier for you from our home improvement expert, Danny Lipford. So, Danny, is it true that you can, maybe wait a week, and if you get a big storm, it'll blow all the leaves in somebody else's yard, or do you have to rake them?
Boy, wouldn't that be an optimistic way of looking at your yard? But I don't think so, and some people say, do you really need to rake the yard? But the thing about it is, it makes it look so good. And if you get too many leaves out on the yard, you'll start getting some mold issues, some disease that can get down in the grass. You don't want that at all.
So what can we do to make the job easier?
Well, there's a lot of ways. First of all, like any home improvement project you're doing around your house, you got to have the right tools. And look at this rake I have. It's this wide. It's got double tines on it, and it's really nice and lightweight. It's from Ames, and something that they did pretty cool is look at this. When you're raking away, you can use the little rake to reach up in and get some of the things there. And you might even be able to get the kids to help you out.
There you go.
Well, good luck with that part of it. But and you mentioned about the leaf blowing, and a lot of people will use a leaf blower, but to me, there's nothing that beats being able to use a rake to really kind of dethatch the yard a little bit. Then to gather all of the leaves, you put them in piles like this. Then using a $7 tarp is such an easy way of moving all of the leaves here. Then because of the slick nature of it, you can drag it over to where you're going to dispose of the leaves.
All right, so let's talk about that disposal. If you got a big yard, you can kind of create a mulch pile, but what if you don't? What if you have a tight landscape? What do you do with the leaves?
Well, certainly there's about 3 different ways you can go about it, and one is to do a little composting, put it in one area, little table scraps, things like that, to produce some really nice decomposed material for potting and so forth. But most of us are going to be loading it in garbage bags, and what you have to do, matter of fact, this is one easy way of doing it. Now, this is a snow shovel, but down in Mobile, we call it a sand shovel, And anyway, so we put this, you put it in here, but when you do that, in a garbage bag, the garbage bag many times will collapse. So I modified this a bit in cutting this out so that it locks the garbage bag in. Then to prevent the vacuum that happens when you pull that bag out, we have a few holes in here. So I have that set aside if you have to actually bag up all of your leaves. But to reduce that volume, here's something that you might not have seen. This is something where you take your string trimmer. You don't use it much during this time of the year. Well, you can use it here to mulch up the leaves and reduce the quantity. Doesn't take long. Make sure you wear your glasses when you do that, and you're able to really reduce the amount of debris that you're having to take to the landfill, or is perfect for any of the compost piling that you may do.